Okay, the next section is 1.2 overview of data visualization. So let's us describe what does data visualization means. Okay, so data visualizations describes any efforts to help people understand the significance of data by placing it in a visual context. So it is basically an effort, meaning that we create some visuals, okay, as an effort to help people understand the significance of the data that we're going to explain or that we're going to present to them by placing it in a visual context. Okay, so the word efforts mean we have to first understand the data, we have to analyze the data, and we have to accommodate, okay, the analysis according to the needs of the audience, okay, or the reader of the reports that we are going to produce later. So it also needs our creativity because we need to provide them with a visual representation of that data so that it will help them to understand, okay, the data, and so that the data becomes significant to them. Okay, so actually the concept of using pictures to understand data has been around the centuries, for centuries, from using maps and graphs, okay, which was introduced in the 17th century, to the invention of the pie chart, okay, in the early 1800s. Okay, so meaning that it started, the visualization started with maps and graphs, okay, and then the evolution goes to pie chart. Okay, but later on I will share, okay, because our textbook that we use, okay, for the main reference for this course, okay, the author doesn't actually like, okay, the pie chart visualization, because she said that pie chart is an evil kind of representation. Okay, we will discuss that later. Okay, so computers made it possible to process large amounts of data at lightning fast speeds. Okay, so yes, without computers, so it is very hard for human brain to digest that information, to digest that data, okay, into something useful. Okay, so that's why we use computers. So computers help to make this possible. Okay, um, because our brain can actually process information, okay, that we see or that we view from a graphic images better than reading the content. Okay, so with the help of computer, so it helps users, it helps people, okay, to be more productive, okay, in order to create a very useful representation of data at a very lightning fast speed, okay, in a very fast way. So today the data visualization has become a rapidly evolving blend of science and art that is certain to change the corporate landscape over the next few years. Okay, so meaning that the science here involve the process of analyzing data, which involves algorithm, okay, which involves scientific method, and the art itself, okay, is the visualization. Okay, the visualization which makes the presentation more appealing. People become more creative in order to produce information or data in a very significant way. Okay, these are some examples of visualization. Okay, so all these examples are taken from this website. So you can go to this website to see different kind of representation or different kind of visualization. Okay, that is very creative, which can help you to get some ideas on how to create visualization later. Okay, so in the right side here, okay, in this diagram, is a diagram or is a visual to describe, okay, generation of human, okay, in this world. Okay, so how baby boomers describe themselves. Okay, this is about baby boomers. Okay, so baby boomers is a generation before generation Gen X. Okay, so you are now, I think, Gen Y. Okay, I am Gen X. Okay, so baby boomers is the generation before the generation X. So they describe themselves, okay, from a survey done. So they describe like 40% of them are leaders. 61% of them said that they are willing to learn. Okay, but only minor group of them, about 22%, said that they are technology savvy, meaning that I have a smartphone, but I don't discount my technical abilities, because at this generation they are now about the age of 70 to 80 plus. Okay, so they are not really technology savvy. So that's why it's about 22% of them, okay, who are still living, okay, until the era of the internet. Okay, so as compared to now, this generation, Gen Y and Z, okay, so they are more, and millennial generation, they are of course I think the highest percentage of technology savvy. But they claim that 78% of them are people savvy, so they are more people friendly. Okay, because it is true that because during this generation they don't have all these gadgets. Okay, so they have more human touch. Okay, they communicate better with people, and they are also creative, about 42% of them. So instead of like representing this information in the bar chart, okay, bar chart like this, so I think, don't you think that in this diagram it looks more appealing, it looks more interesting? Okay, so it's about baby boomers, it's about people. That's why it is represented by an image of a person, of a man. Okay, and then the colors, okay, represent okay, the numbers. Okay, the area represent, okay, the area represent the percentage. Okay, so if it's the 22% is the lowest percentage, that's why the layer is the thinnest layer among all. Okay, so meaning that you can be creative, you can use any other visuals rather than the normal bar chart. Okay, same goes to this on the left. Okay, this is about um, mammals curation. Okay, so it shows that you can go to this website and then you can read a lot, okay, the explanation, yeah, for this chart. And this diagram is to show you the numbers of species population, okay, of mammals. Okay, that was about million years ago. Okay, so it represents the data, okay, in the form of using these three branches. Okay, so which is quite unique, right? And the colors here also represent the population, okay, of those animals. Okay, so why data visualization is important? Okay, so data visualization make a big and small data easier, okay, for the human brain to understand. And of course, as I mentioned before, visualization also make it easier to detect patterns, trends, and also outliers in groups of data. Okay, so instead of reading the figures, okay, so we produce or we present that information in the form of visuals to make it easier for the human brain to understand, okay, in order to detect patterns, to detect trends, and also outliers in the groups of data. So good data visualization should place meaning, okay, into complicated data sets so that their message is clear and concise. Okay, so this is very important. So let's say you have the 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 world is now actually worrying about the COVID-19 cases. Yeah, so the statistics are always produced or presented in the form of infographic. Okay, so infographic is also one type of visualization. So I think by digesting or by looking into that infographic, it helps people to digest the numbers faster. Okay, and also to observe the patterns faster rather than you read a report, you read a text. Okay, so it should place meaning. Okay, that's very important. Place meaning, so meaning that it makes the information or the data presented being significant. Okay, and because all the data of course are complicated. Okay, so it has that's why we call it as data sets. So we have more than one sets being combined together, okay, in order to produce one representation of visualization. Okay, so that the message can be clear and concise, okay, to be digested by readers or by the audience. So therefore, data visualization is used to communicate information clearly and also efficiently to users by the usage of information graphics such as tables and charts. Okay, and of course we have many other types of we have so many types of charts and tables that we will learn later in the next chapter. Okay, so data visualization also is used to help user in analyzing large amount of data in a simpler way, okay, by making complex data more accessible, readable, understandable, and usable. Okay, so these are the importance, okay, of having visualization. Next is the functions of visualization. Okay, so we are going to discuss two functions of visualization. Okay, so for the first one is to record information in the form of photographs, blueprints, and or graphs. Okay, so yes, that's the function of visualization. Okay, so the reason why that is the function is because we want to keep the information in the form of photographs, blueprints, and graph because it helps to present data beautifully. Okay, so in this infographic, okay, it takes dense material such as indicators and figures. Okay, it has indicators, the color represent the indicators, and also we have figures, the number amount of GDP. Okay, and then it is being presented in a beautiful, clean, and captivating format. Okay, so for example, we can see here the import and export for big countries around the world. That is China as the main exporter. So as yes, because China always has manufactured so many products, so most of the stuff are made in China. So that's why they export more than import. Okay, so and then the second one followed by Germany. So and then this gray color also represent interaction, okay, among these countries. So the size of the line also represent some information. Okay, so these are all visual elements, visual design elements, okay, of a chart that we will learn later, okay, in chapter 4. Okay, so in this infographic, it is not only the design that is simple and functional, but it also provides the user with many options for interacting with the graphic. Okay, such as it has countries, okay, it has indicators, yeah, indicators, and the type of relation. Okay, so it's more interesting. And the second reason is because it helps to stimulate users' imagination. Okay, because as you know, okay, as we discussed, the first function is to record information in the forms of photograph, blueprints, and graph. Because why? Because it helps to stimulate users' imagination. Okay, so for example, in this infographic, it will not only do the hard work of digesting complex data, but it may also stimulate readers' imagination, okay, by allowing them to conjure up different hypothetical situations and possibilities, such as in this example. Okay, so in this example, if you go to this website, they are interactive. Okay, they provide game-like experience for the user. So this infographic quickly engages the user. Okay, engages the user and keeps them interested from beginning to the end. Okay, but if you present them on paper, so of course it's not interactive. Okay, so you can go to this site, okay, and to learn more about this diagram.